Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. How are you doing? I welcome you to Pondering Thoughts with NIDA JAWED. I'm your life coach NIDA, here with another Pondering Thought. I've been thinking about Fabulous Lives of Bollywood Wives. That's the show on Netflix, and guess why I watched it? I watched it because I came across a trailer where Indian director Karan Johar is asking these fabulous wives, why would anybody want to watch four middle-aged women living their lives? That got me thinking. And because I wanted to find out the answer to that question, I watched the whole season 1. I am not reviewing the show, but let me tell you, true enough, this is a show of four middle-aged women who are living their fabulous lives. They identify with the rich crowd, so their choices of how they live normal life is very different than what we identify regular ordinary people as normal lives. I have realized that normal is different for every group that is living on the spectrum of life. So now to answer the question, why are women from different walks of life watching reality TV where they are seeing all these other wives who are either homemakers, living in a fabulous mansion without any career or work background, or doing something for themselves and also living in the riches? And I want to focus on two things in this Pondering Thoughts episode. But before I tell you those, pause this video, hit subscribe if you have come across this video, and then let's continue watching and discussing. With reality TV of any wives of Los Angeles, Miami, New York, and Bollywood, I want to talk about what makes us ordinary people watch extraordinary life and normal of those that are definitely living a different life than what we are used to, right? Today, this is exactly what we're going to do. We are going to answer these two questions. Why are we watching all these women living their life, or reality TV per se? And the impact of watching fake reality TV. Believe it or not, my thing is that anything that appears on TV as a show, except Pondering Thoughts on YouTube, that you have to subscribe to, somehow things are scripted. So one way or the other, like I am aiming to make you think, but keeping my show aside, everything out there is making you think you're insecure, making you think you need to buy something, making you think that you really deserve it. Like as a life coach, I tell people you deserve all of these quality areas of your life to be full of quality. You should not feel weak in your life. Now, that is me selling hope and persuading you that you need to give me a call so we can work together and get you well on your way to living fulfilled life so you wouldn't have to watch reality TV. Now, back to our show. What we are discussing today. First of all, I want you guys to realize, and this is me wanting to make you think, the world is round with many countries, many lands, and a lot of water. On each one of these lands, we have the rich and the poor. That's our world. And then somewhere in the middle is middle class. People like you and I, who are neither very rich nor thankfully very poor, Now that you understand our world is round, we have a lot of countries, and every country is divided between rich, middle class, and poor. Let's look at the spectrum I'm talking about and tell you why exactly are we watching the rich live their life. Be right back. All right, now that I have your attention, let me tell you why people like us are watching all these reality TV and all these wives live their life. Considering that I am also a wife and a mother, and I don't regularly watch these type of shows except now because Karan Johar really got in my head and made me think. So I had to find out the answer, and the answer I'm bringing is for you to notice. Not the most straight one, but nonetheless, it's here. We have rich here. We got poor here. And then we have all of us somewhere around here. Okay. When we're talking about rich, we have show off and humble. When it comes to those that are humble and the rich, we don't really focus on because they don't really show a lot of what they're doing. They are living pretty much private life. So we don't focus on the rich that are humble. Our focus always remains on the rich that are show they are rich. Now, showing that they are rich, is it wrong? No, you can see it. Oftentimes, when we see someone wearing brands that we can't afford, we would totally, completely assume that they are rich. So we're looking for brands. We're looking for how they present themselves. We're looking for cars. We're looking at their houses. We're looking at what are they doing that we are not. So when it comes to rich, we are definitely looking at what are they doing that we are not? How come they are rich and we are not? And we have given all these measures that I have just listed. This is what we are comparing ourselves to them for. My house isn't big. I can't afford these brands, the cars they drive. And then automatically, psychologically, however our self-esteem works, we end up believing that that's the standard of living. Somehow, rich is what? Success. And being here or here is what? Fail. As long as we are always looking at someone who is more than us, we will always feel we are not enough. The middle class. I want to remind you that we are also the working class. The dreamers. The dreams are ours, and so are the goals. So everything in between the rich and the poor, all of us all together are dreamers and achievers. We are the dreamers and the achievers. Rich is what, by definition, we view as success. Our measures for success are what we're wearing, where we are living, what we're driving. And what are we doing now? That's what the dreamers do. Having bigger cars, making something of ourselves, turning into a director or a manager of a company, or establishing our own business and practice turns us into an achiever that will make us feel like we're successful. Poor, on the other hand, are wishers. They hope, and they have learned to be happy. They hope that middle class and the rich class will continue to provide help for them. But here's where it gets fishy and interesting. The middle class housewife, if she has chosen to be a housewife, is equipped with her family. She has a lot of housework, friends she hangs out with, and working girls need to balance work and all of this here. Not to mention husbands. Majority of the time are part of this group, and the wives have to attend to them as well. They got husbands. Here, what we see on reality TV is husbands are often not present. Trips for the wives and husbands, separate girl trips and so on and so forth, which is fine. Someone stuck in a middle class wants to know how it feels to be rich, how big bags, big branded bags, shoes, clothes, vacations, traveling feels like. Because stuck in middle class, we can't afford all of it all at the same time. Some of us take vacations in years. We save up and then go ahead and do what we want to. All of the wives that are here watching these housewives with fabulous lives are those that are in curiosity. Because they are dreamers. What does it feel like? A glimpse into a rich life. Where they question, and this is what makes them watch the show. The curiosity. Why else would you want to watch someone living their life? You watch them, number one, because they are living differently than you are. You're curious. You want to know, what if I was not the one living like this? Then what will happen? If my life was a bit different, if from a dreamer I was an achiever and I was achieving the success of what these wives are living at, marrying a rich man, I have heard women talk about, maybe I should have married a rich man and my life would have changed. But honey, rich does not mean caring or loving. I was watching the Fabulous Lives of Bollywood Wives show, was that these women also carried insecurities. They were not secure except when they wanted to portray and put up this mask of, I got it all. As long as you are dreaming, as long as you have something to hold on to, that hope and that dream and pushing to be an achiever, my darling sister, you have it all. We watch these shows to see how would it feel to live like them. Their struggles, the drama. I said fake reality TV and its impact. Now let's talk about the impact this class has because of this. Number one, I just shared an example, believing that a rich man is the answer. Number two, hardly do these shows show a woman who is self-made. If you are watching these shows, I suggest you look for the positivity these wives carry, not the way they dress or the bags they're carrying or the cat fights they're getting involved in or the name calling they're doing. I want you to look, though it's rare to see, because these shows are made for entertainment, not for lessons. Life is a balancing act, not a 30-minute show. But we are watching these because we are comparing ourselves. It isn't just entertainment. Right now, spend depending on what your pocket allows, so that tomorrow when you are an achiever, you wouldn't have to think twice to buy anything you want. First, before you watch and buy into everything reality TV and these fabulous wives show you, know that there is a lot that goes around in the background. And your job right now is to know how to defy your challenges, become from dreamer to achiever. Tomorrow, you don't have to watch a fabulous life. You can say, it is my life and I'm a fabulous wife. Be proud of yourself first, because you know what? We all are struggling in our own way. Don't underestimate your struggles, because your struggles are an opportunity to achieve. Make a different decision. Don't buy into these shows. They are nothing but entertainment. Do not get into the curiosity of how the rich lives or these wives live. Live your life. I choose to live like NIDA, and I'm fabulous exactly how I am.